Most of the districts going back today were not going to require masks, at least not yet. But for JCPS, though, that has always been the plan, which is to mask up when they started school. So Brooke is at Shawnee with a mask on. And Brooke, we're going to blame that air ball the other day. Let's blame the mask. It wasn't your skills, I promise.
Definitely blame it on the mask. I tell you, it is no joke trying to do this with sports. And I only tried to attempt at maybe 10 baskets, made 1 or 2 off camera, I'll say. And again, so talking with Robert Moore, he's the chief of schools. He was shooting a lot better baskets before we came in and got with him. Talking about the use of this gym, not just for the physical activity, but the social distancing.
Absolutely, and not this just gym, but excuse me, gyms across the county and across all of our schools are going to be used for social distancing. Specifically, the middle school will come in here in the morning. This is a 6 through 12 facility, and so the middle school will come in here. You can see this historic gym is perfect for social distancing, and then the high school students will enter and go into the cafeteria, keeping both groups separated. So, yeah, very familiar territory for me. As you know, I'm a Shawnee alum, so it's just great to be here this morning.
For parents that are sending their kids back to school, for some it really has been almost a full year. I mean, we had maybe that month back in March and May, but talk about what it's going to be like for them sending their kids off for the first time back in the mask.
Absolutely right, Brooke. And really, for some, it's been like 15 months. I mean, if you think about it, or 18 months, because we shut down in March in 2020, and some just chose exclusively to go virtually. So it's been a long time, and some we're getting used to not wearing masks. So now we have to adjust to wearing masks. So our parents I just want our parents to know that I've been really focused on making sure that we are practicing some empathy with our students, knowing and we're just going to have to reinforce the fact that we are now all wearing masks, adults and kids, and the different social distancing that's going to occur. Because now we went from 6 feet to 3 feet for our students to allow and to follow the CDC guidance.
All right.
Yeah.
Robert Moore, thank you so much. Again, we know it's going to be a busy day for you, a busy day for all of JCPS, as about 93,000 kids walk through those doors here today, Rob, throughout the district. And again, just a few out there with the virtual schools.
Yeah, and so Brooke, let's talk a little bit about that, because the state legislature is requiring districts to have this in-person option, but JCPS is offering this virtual option as well for families. So what's that going to look like?
Yeah, JCPS said that kindergartners through 12th grade, there are about 3,000 total that have signed up for that virtual academy, and that's the Pathfinder school. And they get to start today, just like everyone else. They have orientation that'll be taking place to learn more about what their school year will look like. But of course, district leaders saying their standards will be set at the same level as anyone who is in person. They say it's a good option, especially if you don't agree with the mask mandate.
Shortly after we did the mask mandate, we did have an increase in requests for middle and high school students. Not a large number, but there was a jump in the number of those that wanted virtual academy. So we do offer that virtual academy option if parents do not want to have their child wearing a mask in school.
JCPS says students who did apply after Friday's deadline will be contacted by the Pathfinder team about the next steps. If a student is quarantined, they will learn virtually, but it will not be a part of that Pathfinder system. Coming up in the next half hour, we'll discuss more about those quarantine protocols. Rob?